Hello again, folks, and welcome to another Old Bloke Builds Lego. Today's feast is basically medieval themed. Yeah, I know I'm an old bloke, but I don't remember medieval times. Nevertheless, there's just been a new Lego medieval set released, the Medieval Town Square, which came in this bag. That was a clue, really. If there's a Lego bag, there's a new build, I guess. But anyway, let's have a look at the model. And beyond that, I want to consider it in context to my other Lego even, medieval sets. And I'm tinkering with the idea of building a Lego medieval street, if there can be such a thing. Anyway, let's look at the new model. Okay, so here's an overview. I should point out that you don't get that 10 by 10 green plate. I put that there to place the minifigures on for the purposes of this video. However, you do get quite a varied bunch, by which I mean it isn't just one set. There's two main buildings, or sets of buildings, plus quite a large number of extras. Now, I'm not here to do a proper review of this because there's folk on YouTube, which I'm sure many of you will be familiar with, who can do such a much better job than myself. I'm looking at you, Jang Bricks, or possibly Brixie. But let's just have a quick overview of what you get for your money. And take it from there. So first off, let's start with this. The taller of the two sets, and features some nice little touches above the door here. The knight's helmet and axes, I think, work particularly well, as does this doorstep with the cobbled style, which has a sort of, for me, a hobbit-esque feel to it. I also like those two torches either side of the door. Moving this round, note there's a cake in the window there, guys. And this is a nice touch, the steps leading up to the tower. I think they've done a really nice job of that. Okay, if you want to be pedantic, there's no stairwell to the tower, but I think we can forgive them that, given what we've got to work with. You can also see inside there, sort of a mini courtyard area. I think a good use of foliage or plants here to make the side of the building more interesting, and I do like the latticed window there. I think that works really well, as does this chimney. Okay, let's look at the second building. And here is that second building. It's got a fenced off area where we can see a goat. Apparently that's a big deal in Lego terms to have a goat there. First time since they did the medieval town square before this 15 years ago or whatever. Sorry, not over familiar with the history. A little squirrel there as well, and a trough of water. That, I think, is a door for livestock to go inside the building. It hinges like so. Nice little canopy over the roof. Entrance to the door with the chimney. I like that sort of dormer effect with the in the roof of that window, and this sort of Tudor look with the white and black works, I think, rather well. Coming around to what I guess is the back, we've got a doorway here, and I believe this is the carpenter's workshop, and there's a hoist so he can bring items up into the loft space up here. Little sign hanging up above the doorway. Sorry, I don't know what that symbolises in this particular model. Had this been a more contemporary building, I could have given you a lot more information, but I'm not overly familiar with this period of history. Okay, Now, if you've already seen reviews of this or the advanced publicity, you're probably saying to yourself, old bloke, you're missing out a key feature here of showing us these buildings, which is that they open up, and as such you can display them in a different way. Well, be patient, guys. I'm getting there. And the very next scene, that is, after I've shown you the accessories that come with this set. I'm not sure if you can call the tree an accessory, but yeah, I quite like this tree. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know no tree on the planet remotely resembles this, but it works in that sort of special way that Lego can suggest something that, frankly, it doesn't really resemble. But I like this tree, and I think it's a nice, by Lego tree standards, it's quite worthy. What else have we got? Well, for one, there's this sort of stall with cheese and bread for sale. Although, as I said, I don't know much about medieval times, I'm not sure that this is very authentic. It doesn't really matter. You know what? It's Lego. It's a toy when all's said and done. And I imagine for kids this is yet another useful play feature. Anyway, it's there. Some more odds and sods. We've got a table with a letter on it, a rather nice chair, another table with a block of wood. I've put a bag on it, came in the set, and what appears to be a plan or something for the town square, maybe. Then we have this thing. I'm not sure what it's meant to be. Maybe a weaving machine? I better go and watch Jang's channel, he'll probably tell me. A rather nice little cart, barrel and fork. I think the idea with this is it's obviously a shield painted and one unpainted, and there's an artist minifigure in the set, and I think the idea is she's painting the blank shield based on the pattern or the image on the painted shield. Or you make up an alternative explanation. And then finally, with the accessories, we have this one, which doesn't exactly thrill me with joy, but it's sort of a log and chopping mechanism. The issue being, as you can perhaps tell, it's flimsy. You can't really keep it together, but I'll try. Let me just... There. Now, if ever there was a case of investing in a tube of super glue and sticking this thing together, don't start me on super glue and Lego. It brings back dark memories. Okay, let's have a quick look at the minifigures. There are 8 minifigures in the set, and they include the previously mentioned artist lady, here with a brush and a palette ready to start work. I like the way she's squinting an eye just to get the perspective correct, no doubt. A little lad with spoon in hand. A rather happy looking, well, I used his happy face. There were 2 on the head. A happy guard here with his spear, nice helmet and a moustache, and I like him. He's sort of engaging. There's a guy next to him now who's holding a manuscript in his hand, I think, and he's got a pen, and he's also got a rather nice felt cloak. Then we've got another guy who's got a satchel over his shoulder and a big pair of scissors, so I guess he could be a tailor. Next to him is a lady with obviously likes the mead or the wine. Yep. We've got a chap. I do like this use of a hood on a figure, and he's got a nice crossbow, and once again he's got a cloak. His is brown. And finally we've got this lady here who's for some reason is carrying an axe. I'm not quite sure why. Well, why not? Nice ponytail. And that completes your minifigures for the set. As I mentioned, there is a goat and there's also a squirrel to be found in the kit. Okay, now back to that special feature that I sort of didn't mention earlier, which is that the two buildings have the ability, or are designed, to open up a bit like this. So this gives you immediately, from one view at least, a larger set. It also allows you to see inside. And we can see that in there's bedrooms, there's kitchen. Looks like somebody's having a game of chess with two exceptionally large pieces of loot to be played on the side. Some bread there, and a giant turkey, and another bedroom. But now, of course, the disadvantage of this is there's no back on it if you display it like this. So there's a mod straight away. If it was me doing this, I think I'd go down the route of buying a second set, which at £200 or 235 US dollars, I think it is, isn't a cheap option. But of course, you could double the size almost of the entire set that way. But anyway, the other thing is that you probably, if I go back to the front, rather than having it full on straight like that, it might be better with an angle so that you see the windows and the side features, which I think are rather nice. Okay, let's have a look at the other building. And again, magically we pull from one side, and in the case of this building we can pull from two opposing sides because there are three separate areas. I think this is the idea behind it being a square, that if you open them up like this, you're getting more bang for your buck, as it were. But again, if I go around the back, as I do so, I'll open these up to the maximum extent. Nice sort of bit of weaving going on there. I think that's some sort of tapestry. So maybe that thing I thought was a weaving machine was a weaving machine, but I think it's sitting in a weaving machine. Oh, I don't know anything about weaving. Looks like something's for... Oh, that's a trapdoor. You can see there. And let's move this around here. Gosh, what professional standards, old bloke, that you work with. Right, I'll push that over there. And you can see into the room. Oh, there's a cat. I didn't mention, you get a cat with a set as well. If you want to look in there, I think, dare I? Yeah, I'll take the roof off. This is the carpenter's loft in here. And you can see there's a lifting mechanism, a hoist, which you can turn if you can find the mechanism once you put the roof on this building and actually work the hoist. Yeah, there you go. And finally, he said, as he tried to put the roof back professionally and probably failed, we have the building here, which again I'll take the roof off to get a bit more light in. You can see a bucket, and we've got a chair that's fallen over and a kitchen, if you can actually see that. Yeah. So there's a bit to be going on with here. This I guess for a kid's play set, there's a lot they can do. But let's see. What can I do with this? Can I incorporate this into my other medieval buildings? I'm thinking Lion's Castle and also the medieval blacksmith. Let's have a look. So here we are then, Medieval Street, a quick sketch. Yeah, really quick, but never mind, it's the idea that counts perhaps. So first in the row we could have the medieval blacksmith building, which is, I like the shape and styling of it, but I do have a couple of issues. First, the colour scheme. Medieval times, did they use blue roofs in Europe? Maybe they did. I think the green's probably meant to be some sort of fungus or mould growing on the tiles. I'm not sure. But the other problem is it's so big to scale. It's an absolutely huge building. Bearing in mind this is where the blacksmith resides, and whilst I don't doubt he was a valued and skilled member of the community, he's got an enormous pad, as it were, to live in. So, anyway, all together now, it's a toy. Next to that, I put one half of the medieval square, arranged, as you can see, in a sort of a triangular pattern. I've just left these accessories as rough and ready because that would take some thought. Incidentally, I think it's occurred to me what this might be, this thing. It's a cheese turner thing, mate. You know, you put it in milk or whey or whatever, and you spin this and it makes cheese. Or maybe it doesn't, but certainly I don't think that thing literally would make cheese, but the thing it's modelled on. Who knows? Not me. Right. Moving on, we've got the 90th anniversary Lego kit from a couple of years ago, the Lion's Castle. I think this is a beautiful kit, I really do. As you may be aware, like the medieval town square, this set opens up, or gives you the option of being opened up as I'm displaying it here. Alternatively, you can close the sides in and make a completely self-contained model, but I like the panoramic view, if you like, of the thing. I think that's rather nice. If I move the camera overhead, you can see the fake Wild West film set look a bit better, perhaps. Although inside there are fully furnished rooms, as you would expect from Lego. Nice square down there as well, courtyard. Anyway, that's the castle. Beyond that, I put the second half of the medieval square. I wanted to see what these two towers look like side by side. I don't know. Needs more thought. And here, no, not there. That's Lego work in progress pile. Here, I've just added this on. It was a gift with purchase set. It's meant to be a magician's workshop or something. It sort of opens up, and yeah, maybe that needs a bit more fine tuning. But anyway, that was a freebie. So there's a rough idea. I guess for it to work, we'll need to add more scenery, trees, and maybe a Lego mud road, if there's such a thing. You can do anything with Lego. One more building I did think of adding to it was, strictly speaking, not medieval, but, you know, bear with me on this, would be the Lego Rivendell set, which I've got up here as it happens. That's a beautiful set, don't you think? Lovely. And maybe that could go in the medieval road, Mark 1. In terms of where I put it, if you're familiar with me Lego Street, you've seen the previous videos, and you know I sort of arrange them along the walls on a shelf, like so. Speed along here. And I want to do something similar for the medieval street. So the obvious thing is to continue the shelves down here. This table, which I originally built for a Lego City a couple of years ago that never happened, I prefer my street. I could cut that in half, add legs down the middle, and basically have a shelf, the right height, ready-made, that could go in here. Move that cupboard out of the way and these display cases. Although I moved, as I said, most of the Lego out of here, I've moved it into my second man cave. Non-building Lego, but some of it I haven't really found a space for, like this thing. This could have been a mistaken purchase, I'll admit that, but maybe I can put it on a wall or build. For a long time I've been saying I'll build a glass roof coffee table surround for it, but I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. Anyway, that's where we're at with current thinking. Just to finish the video off, I haven't actually put this together yet, but what should follow now, if you want to watch it, how bored are you, is a sort of photo collage of the construction of the medieval town. Yeah, I know the more sophisticated Lego content makers on YouTube would have done time-lapse, and I did attempt a time-lapse, but unfortunately when I viewed the initial footage, it was all out of focus. So plan B, I've just put together photographs of the contents of each of the 25 bags, and after seeing the contents, how that progressed the build. So 2 pictures, if you like, what's in the bag, and then what that added to the build as it progressed through 25 bags. I'll put some music to it perhaps, and if you've got 2 minutes you want to, I don't think I'll be doing it again, put it that way. Anyway, that's it for now. So if you've been watching, thanks very much, it is appreciated, and hopefully see you again soon.